Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Sabia here, and as always I am so glad that you're here. Today we're going to do a fun video, a kind of beginner's guide on how to build your makeup kit. I've got a lot of requests on this particular video because for some reason there's not a lot out there. So I figured, hey, why not show how to start building your own personal makeup kit, or if you're wanting to get more into the freelance aspect, what kind of products I recommend to kind of start building your kit. If you don't know, I've been a freelance makeup artist for about 5 years now, mainly shooting editorial pieces, sometimes bridal. I try to stay away from bridal, but I've kind of done a whole gamut of things. So yeah, if you're interested in seeing what pieces I think you should get and what are some must-haves in your kit and how to start, keep watching. Okay, so please excuse my no makeup face. I am getting ready for bed. I did my skincare routine and I was like, you know what? I am not about to do my makeup for this video. This is the real me. This is who I am. With or without makeup, I still feel comfortable. So yeah, you get my bare face tonight. But anyways, let's start in. So I did bring a few of my goodies. A lot of people get overwhelmed when they're starting their makeup kit, and really you only need a few key pieces, and I'm going to show you the most affordable way and cost-effective way to add to your kit. So the first thing I figured we could start on was face products. So if you're using your own personal kit, sorry about my cat, he's crazy. If you're only building a kit for yourself, I definitely would recommend getting 1 to 3 foundation shades. As most of you know, our skin changes frequently throughout the year in tone and color, from fall to winter, winter to spring, spring to summer, yada yada yada. So I always like to keep a couple different foundations on hand, and I also like to mix them. So if I'm feeling my skin is a little bit, lighter or darker, I can always take those colors and mix them to make my customizable color that I will work for my skin. And I did pick some affordable products just because I feel like if you're starting out and you're kind of a beginner, it's good to pick affordable products. So I picked 3 that are my favorite right now, and the first one I've used in a ton of my videos is the Fit Me by Maybelline. This is one of my holy grail foundations, especially if you have dry skin. This is one of my go-tos, and even as a freelance makeup artist, they have so many different shades that you can use, so you really can incorporate into a bigger kit. But if you're just starting out, again, definitely want to add this brand to your collection. Another 2 I picked, this is one of my absolute favorite right now, and it's only like $4. It's the Wet n Wild Foundation Photo Focus. Oh, excuse me. It is like the holy grail of foundations right now. I have used so many high-end foundations, and this one is just like amazing. It goes on so smoothly, and it really is like, it makes my skin so even, and I am just loving it. And then the third one I picked, it's a little bit, is the CoverGirl Vitalis Healthy Elixir. Now this one I like, especially if I need something that's long wear. It has a bunch of vitamins and different, I guess, like antioxidants in it that actually is really helpful for your skin. So if I'm having like a really bad dry skin day, or if I know I'm going to be out in the sun, this is definitely one of my go-to products. So yeah, for foundation, again, you want to choose 1 to 3 products that'll really kind of fit in your kit, and that you can kind of use throughout the year. That's definitely the most cost-effective way. You want to get some sort of primer. If you've watched my videos, a lot of the primers that I use are from the drugstore. I'm not 100% into expensive primers just because I feel like they kind of all do the same thing. One of the ones I did pick out here is the Too Faced primer. It is one of my favorites. It's a little bit more on the expensive side, but if you have large pores or deal with pores in any way, this one's a really great one for kind of combating that. So yeah, but again, you would want to do 1 to 2. I keep a regular primer, and then I also have a few illuminating primers. If you've watched any of my videos, you know that I'm a big like illuminating, glowy, dewy kind of look, so I always pick an illumination one. And then continuing on, what I do with my face, some products, I'm not big on powder, but if you want to add powder, one of my favorite ones, again, is a drugstore, the L'Oreal True Match What I love about this line, again, is that there's so many colors to choose from. So you can pick one or two, again, to keep throughout the year, so that when you are on the lighter side, you know, you can use that one, and then on the darker side, you know, vice versa. You can use kind of both of them. And then another face product that I'm loving is this e.l.f. I definitely think everyone should have some sort of setting powder in their kit. It's really good for touch-ups and to set your makeup for the whole day. I am a big fan of setting powder, so this is a definitely must-have. And again, like I said, I'm trying to use all drugstore products. This one is really good. It goes on very lightly and leaves a very, like, smooth kind of veil feeling on it. Lastly, for the skin, you definitely want to get a concealer. Some of my current favorites, again, are the Fit Me line. I just love this line. I think it's one of the best lines out there. And again, they have so many different coverages and colors. And what I love about it is that it's so creamy. You can literally just like, it just like melts into your skin. It's amazing. So yeah, so you want to get, again, a couple foundations, 1 to 2 powders, a setting powder, and concealer. That's going to set you up nicely for your face foundation routine. So let's move on to eyes, and I'll show you a couple products that I have for that. So for eyes, as always, you always want to get a good primer. One of my favorites right now is the NYX. It is a great dupe for the MAC paint pot. It goes on really smoothly, and it allows me to keep my eyeshadow on all day. Again, you can get these at a really good price, so if you don't want to splurge on the high-end eye primer, I definitely would recommend the NYX brand. It is one of my go-tos in my kit. I always keep it with me. When it comes to eyeshadows, my best tip is to invest your money in palettes. I'm not a big fan of buying like little singles, just because I feel like they're not cost effective, that you really can get more bang for your buck when you buy palettes. So some of my favorites are the Sephora Pro, which I have used in a few videos. I did a review on it. It's so amazing. Again, it is an investment. However, it will last me many, many years, and I will be able to use it for so many different looks, you know, in every season, fall into spring, and, you know, I feel like I could use it all throughout the year. So yeah, it has a great array of colors. And then one of my favorite things in the world to do is build my own palette. So I actually made this palette at MAC. It's one of my favorite like go-to neutral palettes. And I get to choose all my colors and customize it the way I want it to. So I do have, like, you know, a pop of color, a few pops of color in there, but really nice transition shades, a couple, you know, a little bit of shimmers. But this allows me to create kind of like an everyday look. And it wasn't cheap, again, but when it comes to eyeshadows, you definitely don't want to skimp. And my best advice, like I said, is to go for the palettes, especially around the holiday times. Brands will release their special edition palettes for a really good price that may have some extra products in it. That is the best time to stock up and to invest your money, because you are going to get more bang for your buck. Moving on with the eyes, I definitely would recommend a regular stick eyeliner and then a liquid liner. I don't have my liquid liner on me, but I do use, if you see my videos, I've used e.l.f., I use Stila, I've used Urban Decay, but my favorite one right now is the e.l.f. one. It's like $3, and it just goes on so seamlessly. And then I use this pencil here. It's from Sephora. It's just a nice black pencil, but it's very creamy and it's very dark, which is two of my favorite qualities in an eyeliner. And again, you don't need a ton. Like I said, one stick and one liquid really suffices for a personal use, but you want to make sure you have both options, just to keep, you know, if you want a more dramatic look or a more smoky look, you can kind of go back and forth. Limiting yourself to just one is going to allow you not to create different looks and be creative. So you definitely want to try both those options. And finishing off with the eyes, of course, you want to get a good mascara. I, at any time, have 3 to 5 mascaras. If you're anything like me, mascaras are a big deal, and you want to have a bunch of different options to try. I love Buxom, I love Benefit, I love L'Oreal's mascara, the Lash Paradise. So yeah, if you are a lash kind of like girl, you definitely want to try to have 3 to 5 in your kit, in your personal bag at any time. That way you always have a backup, because you know how fast they go. And yeah, And then lastly, when it comes to eyes, if I can find it, of course my own brand of lashes. I always carry at least 2 pairs on me. So you definitely want to invest in some sort of eyelashes. It doesn't have to be mine. You can try Ardell, which is another good brand. But definitely having lashes on hand for special events, or you know, just for a night out with the hubby or your significant other is such a great way to glam up any look that you have going on. So yeah, you definitely want to have some lashes and a few mascaras on hand. On to contouring, one of my favorite things, again, I will always say spend your money on palettes. I had invested in the contour kit, both of them by Anastasia Beverly Hills, the powder and the cream. I love them both. They are a huge staple. I typically don't buy just, you know, one shade in contour, just because I feel like, again, our colors and our faces are always changing, so why not have kind of options? So if I'm, you know, a little bit lighter in the winter, I may go to the lighter shade, and vice versa. Summer, I'm always a little bit more tan, and so I'll go to the darker shades. Okay, so sorry about that. My camera died, so I had to charge it for a minute. My camera has just been acting totally wonky lately, so if you have any good suggestions for a camera that has a long battery life, let me know in the comments, because I am on the search. So yeah, we were ending that conversation on contours. Like I said, and what I'll say probably throughout this whole video is definitely invest your money in palettes that have several different colors. Like I said, the Anastasia ones are really great. You can also get the e.l.f. ones that come in like the little quad. Those ones are really nice, and they have different shades. So yeah, moving on from contour, let's chat about highlighters. Oh, highlighters are totally my weakness. I am a glutton for them. I collect them. But again, if you're just starting out, here are my favorite kind of comparable ones. So here are some of my favorite highlighters that I've collected and that I'm recently loving. In this, I would definitely suggest getting a couple powder ones and then also a couple liquid ones. My favorite liquid one is the Cover Effects. It is so beautiful, and you can use it on your face, you can use it on your eyes, and I usually mix it with my foundation. Hopefully you can see that there. It is stunning, and a little bit goes such a long way, so it does last you so long. And then another couple, one of my favorites is the Wet n Wild. I love this one. This is just the Mega Glow. As you can see, it is so pretty. It has more of a gold tone, if you can see it right there. My lighting's kind of crappy in here, but it's more of a gold tone. And then another one that I'm loving, I totally can't find it, oh, right here, is the Sephora palette. It has a bunch of different shades, and it's a really good price. I really love this kind of purpley one. You can see it there. It's so pretty, and it goes on any skin color really nicely. But yeah, so I would definitely recommend getting a few different options. And again, you can just shop at the drugstore, but definitely try to get a liquid and a powder. A powder is going to give, you know, if you have oily skin, it's going to be better. If you have dry skin, the liquid is typically better for you. And yeah, those are some of my favorite highlighters. Again, you don't need a ton, but just try to get a couple just to get your kit started. So some of my favorite blush colors are from e.l.f. Of course, I love me some e.l.f. They have the most amazing products. They have a ton of these cute little palettes that come in different shades and different colors. This one's actually bronzer, but they do have the 4 ones, I think they're the quads, that come in like light, medium, and dark, and for $6, you can't beat that. So if you want to have in a range of colors, don't just go for the little singles that you find at the store, because like I said, they're not going to be as price effective. You're going to end up spending more money in the long run on just like little ones. Try to find your favorite shades in a palette. Some of my favorite brands are Tarte. They usually come out with a full palette of blushes, and then I also really love oh goodness, Smashboxes. They have some great ones as well. And even Maybelline, they just came out with a quad as well. It's a 4-1 that has 4 different shades, and again in medium, dark, and light. So again, you can spend less money and get quality products. You don't have to spend a ton of money, but you definitely do want to invest in good products, and they are out there at the drugstore as well. Finishing up, rounding out the face, I'm going to talk about brows. What I always suggest for brows, again, you want to have 3 different products. You want to have a pomade, which is like a liner, if you can see it. It's more of a liquidy texture. This is going to give you a more dramatic brow. And then also a pencil, of course. A pencil is a nice way to just give you a nice feathery eyebrow. And then to set it, you always want to get some sort of clear setting gel, just because if you want your eyebrows to kind of stay in place, not smudge, not lose pigmentation, this is a great way to set them all day long. And these 3 products definitely need to be in your kit. You know, any brand will do. Again, I like the Anastasia Beverly Hills because it has the longest lasting powder. But again, this one's NYX, and they do have a powder as well. But make sure you always go with some sort of clear gel just to set them and make sure that they stay all day. And these products will give you different looks, and you can achieve different looks with just 3 simple products. Amazing, right? Oop! So yeah, that's about it. Oh no, lipsticks. So lipsticks and lip glosses. If you don't have those, I definitely would suggest getting lip stains from ColourPop. If you're on a budget, they're $6. They last all day, and the same with their glosses. I'm kind of a hoarder when it comes to that, but I definitely would say get a few different shades, you know, whatever colors kind of complement your skin tone. I have kind of pinks and mauves, and then I have 1 or 2 reds. You always want to have a red in your collection just because, hey, it's red. You never know when you're going to use it. But definitely stay in the mauves, pinks, browns, and then kind of get a few of those different colors. Also nude. You must have a nude in your collection. That's a staple. And then finishing off what you should have in your kit is definitely a good setting spray. My favorite one is by Maybelline, and it's the Master Pro, and I always use it every single day. Even if I don't do my makeup, I will just spritz it on in the morning because it makes my face feel so refreshed and clean, and it just definitely hydrates my skin. So I use it before and after. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's kind of all over the place. It's hard to like minimalize makeup, especially when you are a makeup artist. It's like an obsession. You just want more and more, but I wanted to keep it simple. I hope that, you know, some of these products were helpful, some of these tips were helpful, and they help you build your own kit at home. If you guys have any questions or any products that you'd like to see or any recommendations for me, leave them in the box below. Make sure you subscribe because you don't want to miss all the fun. I am going to be doing another lash giveaway, so definitely keep on the lookout for that. And as always, thank you guys so much for checking me out. I love you all. Mwah. Bye.